master of ceremonies has been held to court for defiling a number of minors. Well, the verdict is in, and he has been sentenced to 71 years in prison. Our correspondent for the Upper West region, Latif Mahama, brings us details of the story.
Ahmed Rashid, who had been on the police wanted list for defiling 18 children in Wa, was apprehended in May this year. After a protracted trial at the Wa Circuit Court, on Tuesday, October 3rd, the presiding judge, His Honor Jonathan Avogo, issued the final verdict for 3 of the 4 dockets, containing a total number of 10 defilement charges. The courtroom was filled with friends and family members of both the accused and the victims, all eagerly awaiting the judgment. Before announcing the verdict, Judge Avogo meticulously reviewed all the evidence presented in the court, with the accused and victims present. Subsequently, he rendered his judgment, imposing an 8-year prison term on the first count and 7 years on each of the remaining 5 charges in the first docket, to be served concurrently. Moreover, Ahmed Rashid was found guilty of all 3 charges in the second docket, each carrying a 7-year sentence, also to be served concurrently. In the third docket, it was determined that the accused had engaged in sexual acts with a minor in a remote location, resulting in a 7-year sentence with hard labor. However, judgment on one docket was deferred. The principal state attorney, who led the state's prosecution, shared his perspective on the verdict.
What really happened is that the judge came in. We adjourned the case to 17th. But the judge finished his judgment before 17th. So we served a warrant in Gola on the accused person, and he was brought to court because he was in remand custody. So he was brought to court. And then the court read out the judgment in respect of 3 of the dockets. On the first docket, he found him guilty on all the 6 counts and sentenced him to 8 years imprisonment in respect to the first count and 7 years on all the other counts, but to run concurrently, and that is a separate docket. The other docket, he convicted him and sentenced him to 7 years imprisonment for the 3 counts. That is another docket. On the third docket, he convicted him and sentenced him to 7 years imprisonment. So we have 8 plus 7 plus 7. That is what we now have. So he might be serving about 22 years in prison. That is what happened in court today. They say the wheels of justice grind slowly, but it grinds exceedingly fine. I commend the court, I commend you, I commend everybody that is involved. At least we got 22 years. I wish we could do better than that, but that is just what it is. And the court did a very thorough job, and we are happy about it. We are happy about the judgment, but when I look at the girls, I really feel sad. I wish I'll use this medium to appeal to anybody who might be interested to help us rehabilitate those girls.
Under Ghanaian law, defilement carries a minimum sentence of 7 years and a maximum of 25 years in prison. The complainant in the case expressed satisfaction with the judgment, hoping that it would serve a deterrent to others in Wa. The Upper West Regional Director of the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection praised various stakeholders, but emphasized the need for more to be done to protect children in the region.
I think what has happened here today is an evidence that there's an awakening call within our communities, and there's a build of trust within our law enforcement agencies, as well as commitments from each and every one of us here that had made sure that this case has seen the broad daylight. I think it's about time we allow children to be children, because defiling a child is like taking away everything from that child. The child's innocence and even the potential to grow in future is being dented. So I'm happy the judgment has been passed. This is going to serve as deterrent to all others. If you think you are doing it in your corner and it's hidden, beware. One day the law will catch up with you and your case will also be heard, as we've heard today's case. I must thank all that have played their roles in ensuring that we have this judgment today. And from the Department of Gender, I must say that this is something that we are glad that it's been able to come to the broad daylight. Judgment have been served and justice have been served to the young children.
This historic decision in the Wa Circuit Court sends a clear message that child defilement will not be tolerated and the justice system is resolute in safeguarding the rights of children.
Reporting for Citi News, my name is Latif Mahama. Wa.